Hi, this is a video of Will's Castille, QuadraFire Castille Pellet Stove Controller functioning on my Castille stove in my shop. Will sent this in to me because he was having a lot of odd issues with it. So I put it on my test stove and I'll power it up next. The one thing I'll add is I added an Auger drive light inside the controller. So I opened it up, added an LED which shines yellow. And then drilled a hole in the case. Unfortunately, I drilled at the wrong spot and I have two holes there. Sorry about that. In any case, no big deal I think, but in any case, the Auger light will shine yellow when the controller is asking for the Auger to spin. Now, you have to trust me, but for sure, when that light is on, the Auger motor, which is back here on my stove, actually does spin. I've verified that, I've confirmed that, so I have to take my word for it, but there it is. So I'll go ahead and turn it on with the circuit breaker that I added in. And as the startup cycle goes, we see that I have a light here which is connected to the igniter. The light goes on. So sure enough, the relay inside, the solid state relay inside the controller is functioning. And for the startup, we can see the yellow light inside is being lit, which means we are calling for the Auger to spin. That mode should stay that way for about a minute and a half, less than a minute and a half, and it'll stay that way until the temperature rises. On this test setup, I have a temperature simulator, and right now I have it at 41 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's basically lower than room temperature, a cold shop, for example, where we want the heat. So we've started up the unit. The temperature, the thermostat is calling for heat, the Auger is driving, and the light's on, so the heater element is trying to start the fire. So there we go. We can see that the one and a half minute time has elapsed and the Auger light has gone off, so the Auger is no longer driving. So we're with the heater element, we're trying to ignite the fire. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit, but show that as I ramp up the temperature, there's a little red light up in here on his controller that we can't see right now. We can see the glow of my thermostat calling for heat light on back there. But as I turn up the temperature, and I'll just quickly note here that on this one, the green light should come on at 157 degrees Fahrenheit, and the red one should come on at 565 degrees Fahrenheit for this controller. So I'll go ahead and ramp up the temperature and we'll see the little green light come on faintly. It's very difficult to see. Thanks a lot for nothing, QuadraFire. You could have tried a little harder to make that work for us. There we go, we see the green light. So I've got my temperature set point on a K-type thermocouple at 160 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So back at the controller, and interestingly enough, the heater element is still on, and the Auger is not spinning. That's what I expect to see on this controller. So I'll continue ramping up the temperature to make the light go red, and that should be about 565 degrees Fahrenheit. 200, 300, 400, 575, and the light came on. So there, I can turn it off and on with my indicator. So as I reach the indicator, or the set point, to turn the red light on, two things happen. One is my igniter has gone off. The light's no longer on. And then, as we peek through the hole, we'll see the Auger spin intermittently on and off. There it is. The Auger drive is on, off. So, we've got a fire which is roaring hot, and we've got the Auger continually feeding more pellets. And it'll stay in this mode for a while. So if I don't do any changes other than say that the room has reached hot temperature, and I can do that with my thermostat, I turned off the calling for heat, and we can see the background light has sort of disappeared. The Auger is no longer being driven. So the fire is still roaring, but the room is hot enough to open the thermostat, and we're not calling for heat, so the Auger is not dropping pellets. As the room temperature drops a little bit, we may close the thermostat one more time, and I did that with the switch, and the auger should start kicking in. There it is. The auger kicks in, drops more pellets into the fire. It will keep doing that. There's the auger. I can hear it kicking on my motor. So the next thing I'll do is I'll turn off my call for heat through the thermostat, which is off now, and I'll drop the temperature out of the red zone and back into the green zone. So we're out of the red zone. The green light is still on faintly. And I'll call for heat again. So my motor will come on for 1 minute, 1 minute and a half, and the igniter has come on again. So it'll stay this way for another, I think, 5 or 6 minutes. The auger will stay on for about 1 minute, or until I ramp up the temperature of the fire. You can see my call light back there. I'm going to just switch it off just for giggles, so you can see that the light back there will disappear. There's my call light. So I've got it back on. The auger is driving. So I'm going to turn up the temperature for the light to go red. There's a light that goes red. And the igniter has just switched off. So from what I can see with this controller, everything is working normally. The auger is spinning on and off as required. I can reach a normal temperature. It's reading my thermocouple correctly. And the cycling that I want to happen to sustain a fire under normal day-to-day use is taking place. So from my point of view, this is functioning correctly. I'll speak to Will about this and see what steps to take next. Thanks. Bye-bye.